Hey guys, welcome to another Winemaker Wednesday. Finally out in the vineyard today, taking a look at some Pinot Noir, see how things are looking for this year, and let's get into it. Let's show you what's going on out here. All right, so let's do just a little walk and talk here and see what we see. Nice big full canopy. These guys are doing a great job out here, getting lots and lots of leaves to help mature this crop. So we're just going through the phase or finishing the phase called Veraison. There's just the last little bits of it are happening here. So this cluster right here has, so the green berries that we saw before are still yet to make the transition to the dark purple berries here. This is called Veraison. So they go from this green hard kind of berry and they soften up, and eventually the cluster looks like this guy here, fully through Veraison. So as you walk through this block here, you can see nice big strong canopy. Leaves are happy, no extra growth that's not needed. We need all of this canopy to help to help mature the crop. So all of these leaves are all doing their job to convert sunlight energy into energy for the plant, which ultimately puts sugars into the grapes themselves, which is what we need to make wine. Let's take a look at the light exposure here. There's a lot that's made between vineyard managers and winemakers about light exposure and exposure to sunlight. And so we're looking at the shady side of the vine as we walk down the row here. It's just about 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now. The sun is not quite overhead, but it's pretty close. You can see there's a shadow down the row here that's just it's not directly underneath it, but it's pretty close. And that sun's going to flip over the other side of this vine, and eventually the hottest part of the day is going to be on the shady side that we're looking at right now. So let's take a look at the other side and see what it looks like, which is in full sun right now, and has been since the morning time. It's been in full sun. So you can see the few clusters just kind of poking through. So walk back this way, a few clusters poking through, but not a lot. You can just get a glimpse of them now and then through the leaves. And that is the sun exposure that the vineyard managers want. You want just a little bit poking through, but basically you want it to be shaded by the sun. So this leaf right here, if we get that in there, if we open this up, clusters underneath it are getting more sun as I lift that up. If you cover that up, then they're getting a little more shade. The sun moves throughout the day, and that shade and sun exposure will change throughout the day. So that's exactly what you want. This is set up just right um, for the right amount of sun exposure, but not too much. Too much sun exposure and you burn the fruit. Too little and the fruit stays green, doesn't want to ripen, you get green flavors. So you need that mixture of just the right amount of sun and not too much. So as we pan away, let's take a look down the row itself. So you can see a long row here in this Pinot Noir block, and we get down on the ground here. It's not perfectly clean, and this is great. This is what we want. So this is a cover crop that has been mowed down, and the natural stems and leaves and everything have been left here as to act as a natural compost as well. They're putting nutrients and back into the soil. This helps regulate temperature of the soil itself and prevents loss of moisture, or helps mitigate loss of moisture. So the cover crop's really important. It does a lot of good things. You see some vineyards that are completely scraped clean down to bare soil, and that's kind of an old school way to do it. Farmers are no longer going through that process of completely fully tilling their vineyard, as they say, a fully tilled vineyard. And more often than not, these sustainably certified farms or vineyards are going to something that looks more like this. It's a cover crop that's been mowed down. It's very natural. This promotes a lot of insects and bugs and favorable insects that are good for the vineyard themselves. A lot of wildlife comes through here. You'll see rabbits running through here and all sorts of things. So this is what a sustainably farmed vineyard should look like, not completely stripped down to bare soil. All right, well, that's just a quick look today. We wanted to get out in this Pinot Noir vineyard, have a quick look at it, see what's been going on, how the vineyard manager's been, the job that they've been doing to take care of things. I'm really happy with it. Can't complain about anything. This is dialed in really nicely. Just managing the irrigation throughout the rest of the season, just keeping an eye on any pests, that sort of thing. But really, this vineyard is set on cruise control to get us through into harvest into early September or so. So not a long ways away. It's right around the corner, in fact. But this is looking great. So hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you in the next one.